Hey Jed, what are you eating there?
I'm glad you asked. It's a cucumber that we harvested 3 months ago.
But how come you can eat it right now? It's probably rotten by now.
Yes, it would be rotten if we hadn't taken very specific steps to conserve it. For example, in this case, pickling.
What? What is it pickling? Is it like tickling? Tick, 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 tick. Pickling. People ask us a lot, how do you grow all those vegetables year round? The thing is, most of them, the most delicious ones, grow just during the summer. We can extend the growing season by growing under tunnels or inside of greenhouse, but that won't give us the vegetables year round. One of the good way to keep eating them in December or January, in the coldest month of the year, is to conserve them.
Conservation is something people have been doing forever, and there's a ton of different ways to do it. You can cook it and can it, you can freeze it, you can dry it, you can ferment it, you can pickle it. In this episode, we're going to show you 4 techniques that we tried this year to get our vegetables to last from the summer season to now, where we're on the cusp of the winter season. You can conserve vegetables and eat them year round because it's called a can, not a can't.
Yes. Help. Anyway, let's go back to Hey guys, today we have a very special guest. A baby is very, very special. And here's the mommy, Tamara. Today, guys, we're gonna talk about conservation fava bean. We planted the fava bean in early fall, and we harvest actually some of them fresh during spring. We left the rest to dry up on the vine, and we just harvested them, and now we're gonna collect them to have our fava beans we're gonna use the entire winter. Yeah, he's really engaged in the process. He can't wait to do it. And it's a very, like, you have to follow the technique. You take the pod, you open, and you just put you let the fava drops.
If you're holding a baby, you just do one hand.
Yeah, she's really talented. She does a lot of things with just one hand.
Don't spoil it, okay? But thank you for helping. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you did
We'll
more
rinse
than
them
me.
after. We'll rinse them after.
You did more than me, and you have a baby.
I have a baby.
A few moments later.
We lost our worker. He succumbed to a nap.
So we're gonna weigh this right now to see how much we got. No, we're losing some beans. Rescue the beans. So we have a total of.
It's in kilograms. 1 kilogram, 565 grams. Is that how you say it? Or 3 pounds, 3 5/8 ounces.
No. Don't listen, pounds. What's pounds? Can you tell me, like, how many ounces is 1 pound?
Yes.
How many?
Like a bunch of them. Multiple ounces. It's 1,010, 101.2. It's the matrix. 1,600.
16 ounces in a pound.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Jed,
That's what I said. You know, that seems high.
Jed behind the camera.
It seems very high.
These now are collected. We're gonna put them in a jar, store them in the pantry, and use them as we need for the next month.
I'm gonna cook these into something tasty. Table tasty.
Table tasty.
You want table tasty? It will be table tasty, and that is what I call my meals when I cook dinner.
Hi guys. So today for the conservation, we're gonna talk about pickling. We're gonna actually harvest this beautiful cucumber, which is not a pickling variety, but you can still make pickles with them. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this. The first step is gonna be to chop these guys on small pieces and coat them with salt, and we're gonna let them rest for 24 hours before putting it in a jar with the other ingredients.
The next day.
Second step of the pickling.
Salim salted our cucumbers yesterday. We let them sweat out. They lost a bunch of water. We poured out that water. We rinsed off the cucumbers to get the salt off of them. Then we also assembled our other ingredients. We harvested some shallots from the garden yesterday, chopped those up, also with some garlic cloves. We have some coriander seeds from the garden. We have a grape leaf from the garden, thyme also from the garden, and then a couple other little spices that are not from our garden. And then, of course, we have our organic white wine vinegar. This is the secret stuff that's going to make all of our preservation dreams possible.
So keeping clean jars is very important for conservation, so we sterilize them in boiling water for 10 minutes.
And now that means we are ready to put all of our ingredients together. This is not a very complicated recipe. It just all goes in the same jar together. You have to lock it.
Okay.
Lock me, Salim.
No,
Lock me up.
no.
Do it, lock me.
Okay.
A nice jar of future pickles.
It's not ready yet. We have to put it now in the refrigerator in 3 to 4 weeks.
3 weeks later.
Let's go to reveal the pickles.
Wow. Should have cleaned the fridge. Wow. Look at those pickles.
We have no idea if it's good.
Yeah. We didn't prepare for this. We haven't pre-tried this, so this is happening in real time. Wow. Ooh, smells vinegary.
So before trying this, guys, you have to know that I'm not a pickle guy in general, but let's see if the
Why did we make pickles if you don't like pickles?
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Oh, that has vinegary bite. Oh my god, that's freaking awesome.
It's tasty. It definitely tastes like pickles. It's we taste the flavors.
Oh, it's got a nice crunch. Can you hear that? Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a pickle. That's a good pickle. So it's October, and we've got a bunch of this chard that's been growing. We got chard and celery in here. And there's so much chard, we have to harvest it, but I can't cook it all right now. So I'm going to harvest a whole bunch of this chard up and down here, and then we'll head to the kitchen and see how you blanch chard. 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 So we planted beets and chard together, and I'm not sure if this is a beet or it's chard. We're going to find out right now. I don't think it's a beet. Not chard. We don't know what it is.
A few minutes later.
So we're in the kitchen. We've harvested this sweet, sweet, delicious chard. I'm going to wash these. I'm going to separate the stems from the leaves because they have different cook times. The stems go first. Stems you're going to really boil for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to throw them in that ice water bath for probably like 2 minutes to cool them down. A lot of times if you just put fresh veggies into a freezer, you instantly start losing flavor. And when you try to cook them later, first of all, you might even find they get kind of like soggy and the texture gets all wonky, but also like there's just not as much flavor in it anymore. So when you have leafy greens that you want to save for a long period of time and you don't mind freezing them, this is just a super fast, easy way to get them quickly cooked into your freezer, and then you literally just warm them up and it's ready to go. And now that our stems are cooling in the ice bath, we are going to get our greens in, and this is only going to cook for about 2 minutes. So we're going to do a really, really, even like a minute and a half possibly. Really quick blanch. We want to make sure that everything gets in. So this is now half of everything we harvested. It's a little sad to see how much it gets condensed down. But this is packed full of nutrients, packed full of flavor, could easily make several meals as much as possible. You want to compress all of that oxygen out so you don't get any freezer burn on them. And then pop this into the freezer, and you've got chard all year round. Chard.
Hey guys!
Hi.
So welcome to this new segment. What are we gonna do now, Jed? Exactly. Usually we try to harvest zucchini when they're still small like that. We went on holidays, and when you leave for 2-3 weeks and you come back, guess what you find? Dun,
Bam!
dun, dun.
Look at that. Look at that. That's literally the size of a baby. So this zucchini, if we were to try to eat it and cook it, would be pretty rough to eat. So we were thinking, what is something else we can do with this monster sent from hell?
Zucchini flour.
Yeah, we are going to use a food dehydrator to dry this. And then once it's dry, we're going to grind it up into a flour and be able to use it as an ingredient for things like cookies and bread. Give her this. Say goodbye. It's a thick skin. She's like a pumpkin. It is fully skinned, which means it's time to start slicing these into 1/4-inch slices.
As he's gonna slice them, I'm gonna start to put them in a tray. Now, next step, we're gonna run the dehydrate. It's very hard to say. Dehydrator for 4 to 6 hours probably. And once it's completely dry, we gonna take them out and put the next batch.
One eternity later.
Where did you put the rest of it, though? Where is it? Should I grab
It's
it
all
from
here.
somewhere? That's the whole zucchini. Wasn't there a cup full of it before? You put it back in here and it dried more? To be clear, the entire zucchini, the 10-pound zucchini we harvested, has been reduced to this.
Next step, we're gonna now put this beautiful dried zucchini in the blender. We're gonna blend all of this and hopefully we're gonna have a fine powder flour out of it.
Now is the moment of truth. We're going to figure out just how much of this zucchini flour we've actually been able to get from one zucchini. The final tally is just under 2 cups of zucchini flour.
Is it worth it to do this taking a lot of time and a lot of energy to dry? When I say energy, I'm talking about electricity. Not really. I think it could definitely be worth it if we have a solar dehydrator. You don't want to make a flower out of this one?
No, this one I want to make a jack-o'-lantern out of. Honestly, I want to carve like boo into this one.
I'm gonna make some falafel out of this. So,
What kind of falafel?
table tasty falafel. The best kind of falafel. The end.